I wish I
don't
liked
like
running.
running.
I hate it so much. It looks so cool. All the medals, all the cool races. I want to do that. It doesn't bring me joy.
Nope.
None.
I'm going to try.
I love that. Try it out.
Yep.
Worst thing that
Accountability,
happens,
everybody.
you don't like it. Yeah, right.
I'm gonna
Someone
run a
report back.
5K
Okay.
next summer. Welcome back to the Level Up Life, Muscle and Mindset Mastery. I'm your host, Adam. Got co-host Waz here. Quick message. So, as you can see, his shirt says you matter. There isn't another you. I want you to keep that in mind because your DNA, your fingerprints, your voice, your gait, your personality, every little detail sets you apart. Out of billions and billions of people in the world, no one else walks the world exactly like you do. And no one ever will. So stop trying to fit into this mold, that mold, be like this person, be like that person. Stop comparing your path to theirs. Your authentic self's your greatest strength. So embrace it, own it, live it. Because the world doesn't need another copy, it needs you. And with that, today we have Ali Huntoon. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
So tell me a little bit about your background in terms of what made you want to start a fitness studio.
Yeah. So I grew up, I was born in 88. I still say I'm an 80s baby, but I truly grew up in the 90s. And I think the 90s had a lot of very interesting ideals about what a perfect human looked like. And it was always hard for me, and it's perfect segue right after that intro. It was hard for me to fit in that mold of what, the slim fast diets wanted you to look like, and the Atkins and all the weird things that were going on that were very unsustainable. And, looking back and thinking of like who my idols were, like Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears. Again, this was my childhood. They're very tiny, not a lot of clothes, size 00 everything. And I was a dancer growing up. So I was on the dance team in high school, loved it. As you can probably tell, I'm a little extroverted. So that was a great place to put my energy. But it was hard putting on dance outfits in front of my whole high school gym, not feeling like I fit in the box or the mold that you were supposed to. So I think I had a very unhealthy relationship with diet and exercise and what healthy meant and looked like growing up. And I always had this thought in my mind that exercise is supposed to be something you absolutely hate. As an adult, you're just supposed to do things that are not fun. You're an adult now. That's just life. And I feel like I've totally shifted that mindset over the past 10 years, that I found a spin class. It lit me up. It had good music. It had camaraderie. It had people cheering me on. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so different than being on a treadmill for 45 minutes by myself, counting down the seconds to when I'm done. So that was kind of an epiphany for me. And then I wanted other people to learn that too and figure that out for themselves. So once I started getting more into fitness and getting other certifications, I thought, maybe I could do this, and maybe I could put my Ali flair on it, that, it could be a party at the same time. It can also be fun and something to look forward to. Because I think a lot of times we equate exercise with work, and it is, but it can be fun work, something you enjoy.
It's an investment.
Absolutely.
When you're talking about like how you perceived people back then, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera.
Yes.
I think all the kids growing up now with social media, I think it's times 100.
Oh, gosh.
Because we have all these filters. We have lighting, and you see all these people on the, you scroll and you see all these people, all these women, all these men.
Absolutely.
Like, I want to look like that, when that's not even realistic.
Right.
So,
and I've started to mention that more and more if I'm talking with people, youth, teenagers, that I think a game changer for me was following different bodies on social media. I follow fitness professionals that have every sort of background, body shape, And it really makes you feel like, okay, it's just a body. Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, some of the people that look very different than me lift more, can do handstands, are very athletic and, in aerobic. So I think we make those assumptions too about different body types, which is so not right.
Right. And doesn't get into like, this person who looks absolutely fit does not necessarily mean they're healthy. When you look
So
at their blood
true.
work, doesn't necessarily. If we were to look
Right.
at their blood work, doesn't make it a sure thing that they're healthy just because they look healthy.
So true. Or a lot of times when people have extreme weight loss, people are like, oh my gosh, you look so great. What are you doing?
It reinforces.
Right. But they might be like grieving something, or they're, going through something, and they're like in the darkest time of their life, and their body might kind of reflect that. And people are like, oh my God, you look so great. When in reality, they're struggling.
Yeah.
So that's interesting too.
I think too, with that topic, with when people do lose weight and maybe it's not in a healthy way, maybe they're not eating enough. It's
Absolutely.
not, they're not fueling their body enough. And then they get that positive reinforcement. That fuels the negative behavior that's behind the scenes.
Right.
So,
Right. Absolutely.
I mean, if it was in a perfect world, we could just zap all those beliefs in society away. But that changes, what those changes that need to happen on an individual level with how we perceive health, and maybe people stop posting these filtered videos, which that's
So
unlikely
true.
that it won't ever happen. But
Because when we were growing up, the only people who had filters and airbrushing and Photoshop were celebrities.
Yeah.
A photo was a photo back then. We had a disposable camera or a Kodak, and now it's like we have filters in every app just in our hand, which is really weird to think about.
yeah.
What is real anymore?
And that's the thing, we talked just on the last recording about supplements and marketing, how most of that's marketing, and it's just, there's $1 billion industry that people buy into these supplements before they're like, well, maybe I need to look at the basics. Like, am I moving enough?
Yeah.
Right? Or how am I fueling my body? Am I feeling, and this is in what we do as far as the nutrition coaching side of things. What I get out of the most is people who want to lose weight tend to undereat.
Absolutely. Right.
So then trying to convince someone who is chronically undereating, let's say their calorie intake is 2,000. That's where they need to be for maintenance.
Yep.
And they're at like 1,200.
Right.
Creates adaptive thermogenesis. And then what happens? They're
so hard to come back from.
then you have to tell an individual who's trying to lose weight, I need you to eat more.
Right.
And it's counterintuitive.
Yes.
And then it's I can't do that. And then I've seen people literally work so hard at such a low calorie intake when they come to me, where they've had a broken bone because of it, because their bone density suffered so much.
That's heartbreaking. Yeah. I feel like this industry too is different than anything else in the health field, because I feel like weight and your body is also so tied to self-esteem and confidence.
Yeah.
And I think other things in the health world, if you needed to see a chiropractor, you wouldn't feel bad, internally that, I have something that needs to be adjusted, but I think in the health world, we associate that so much with self-worth. So then when you have someone who's struggling with that, even to just wrap your mind around how they're thinking and feeling, it's a whole new arena, I think, too. So that just puts a whole nother layer of things on it.
Well, yeah, the constant comparison, right? Whether it's social media or it's other people in the gym, keeps people from going into the gym because what their preconceived notions about going are, and then striving to be, well, sometimes our genetics aren't going to get there. In whatever other case it might be, but, I want to look like that. You don't see the years that it took to be a better you day after day after day.
That's a great point.
Because you can hit your goals, but
yeah,
you don't want to be looking like somebody else or having those goals, right? And we've talked about it numerous. I think everybody has a little bit of body dysmorphia.
I think so too.
No matter what, and how much people let it consume them is that difference in the mental health factor of it.
No, for sure. So whenever I teach a yoga class, I usually start off with, and now every yoga teacher is different. I kind of compare us to therapists. You got to find your perfect match. Some yoga teachers are really strength based. Some of them are more difficult. Some of them are more relaxing. Kind of just depends on what you vibe with. But in my yoga class, I always say yoga is kind thoughts and deep breaths. And I say that because I was just born kind of a naturally bendy person. And again, not everyone is just born naturally bendy. And sometimes I forget that I am that way. And so, you know, when we're doing something or a stretch, I always remind people like flexibility is not the point here. Like, and I try to, I don't know, not censor myself, but not go down as far or not stretch as much because I don't want them to feel like they're not adequate because this has nothing to do with it. This is just how I was built. Right. So I think you're right. Like genetics plays such a huge factor in everything. And and that's your parents' fault.
Yep. 100%.
I think when we talk about the weights, so I imagine a world where we're sitting here and we're talking and we're like, did you hear? Insurance is now going to cover preventative care, and it's going to cover a program that people can seek out, qualified personal trainer, learn how to lift weights safely and effectively, and then move on and be able to have that skill set. That's not likely.
So cool.
Because how many like obesity related diseases could we eliminate? And I think that's what keeps people out of the weight room is just fear, right? Like, I don't know how to use that machine. I don't know how to do this weight. And there is some legitimacy to that fear as far as like you can get hurt.
Totally. There is safety. Yes.
So.
And the easy button, right? Yeah. I can't think of her name from the gym, the nurse. And she was talking just before Terry left. And we were talking as I was training Terry. She was at a weekend clinic, her seminar, weight loss. Said the food that they were fed was absolutely garbage. It was surgery, witch shot that was talked about. I think those were the only two. Not once was diet and exercise mentioned the whole weekend.
That is so interesting.
The whole weekend.
Those are the two main components because when you talk weight loss, there's two variables, right? And we're not getting into genetics or anything, but it's energy in, energy out. So if you have energy in way up here and sedentary individual here, they're going to gain weight.
Right.
If it's the other way, you're going to lose weight. But that's where that adaptive thermogenesis comes in. And I feel like this should be taught in schools and this should be taught in grade school. Into college, like our doctors should, instead of putting people on medication, they should be able to say like, I've never been to a doctor who said, well, what's your diet look like? Is this creating inflammation? Is it
good point?
Doing this?
Yeah.
So I think as a society, if we could improve on that, in the GLP-1s, that's a really hot topic right now.
It is. Yep. Yeah. I don't know a ton about them, truthfully, because again, I'm staying in my lane. My scope of practice is group fitness teacher.
Right.
But yeah, I hear so much about that on social media and the news. Very interesting, just kind of new trend that we're seeing. So
I personally, like, when they came out, I was like a little hesitant.
Yeah.
I've done my research and my stance is if someone can take something, and I'm not giving advice to anybody by any means.
For sure.
I always say talk to your doctor, scope of practice, right? But
absolutely.
My personal opinion on it is if someone has tried other avenues and they're still not able to, then it's something worth speaking to their doctor about, because if you can eliminate a blood pressure medication, if you can eliminate type 2 diabetes from this, but then also what's an exit strategy. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then I haven't watched it yet. There's a new documentary on, I think it's a 3-episode series on The Biggest Loser.
I just finished it last night.
Oh, don't.
Oh, it's,
I mean,
it's heartbreaking and eye-opening, truly. I highly recommend it.
yeah, it's on my watch list.
Yes,
What's
yes.
it
on?
Netflix. Mm-hmm. Yep, only 3 episodes. It's so interesting about how things have shifted in our world since that time. And you know, a lot of what they focus on is that they really left that mental health piece out. You know, it's a reality show. You know, they're doing things the wrong way and in a way that people want to watch.
Right.
You know, but they're not bringing in, you know, specialists to talk about all this underlying trauma that people have. And
It
I
led
think
to the eating.
absolutely, and that is so important to talk about. Yes.
Food is the most abused planet or abused drug on the planet. It is 100%.
Absolutely. And it's so easy to get and it's cheap.
And we have to have it to live.
Absolutely.
That's the kicker.
Yes. And like you said, you know, people struggle with it in all sorts of ways, whether it's too much or eating disorders where they don't eat. And it's really heartbreaking. So, I mean, I'm a huge therapy advocate. I've been going to therapy since 2020. I go virtually. It's so easy to fit it in your schedule. It's a quick Zoom, and I have one person that I can sort out. I almost feel like sometimes before therapy, and I say this in yoga too, I feel like a shaken up snow globe. Everything is everywhere. My ideas are just swirling around. And then at the end, everything's a little bit more settled, and you just feel a little bit more equipped to be a human.
Well, we take and do yearly blood work, and
Yep.
we do general maintenance on our health.
Great point.
Our physical bodies, but what about our minds?
Yeah.
We don't do the maintenance on our minds like we could be, like what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's awesome because,
It's lovely.
I mean, in therapy can cost money, so
Totally.
there's ways to go about it. There's spiritual advisors,
Absolutely.
whatever religion. There is
Yeah.
friends,
Yes.
just
Absolutely.
trusted circle. I wouldn't advise just, using social media.
True.
Don't do
True.
it. Don't go on Facebook, type your problems. It's not a good
True.
way to
Good
handle
point.
it.
Good point.
Yeah.
But absolutely right. There are so many other avenues, and just, you're never alone.
Yeah.
You're never alone.
Yeah.
There's always someone to pick you up. I promise, but you got to speak up too.
Yeah, and
That's the
then-
hardest
and
part.
Back to the GLP-1s, it's like one kind of topic with that's not really discussed is the fact that people aren't getting enough nutrition, and what that's going to lead to is adaptive thermogenesis. What is one of the side effects if you're not doing resistance training? It's loss of bone density.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I know I follow a few scientists and these guys that do actual studies on medications, and they're predicting that in the next 10, 15 years, because of how we're using these now, we're going to have 30-year-old women coming in,
Wow.
men too, with osteoporosis.
Wow.
So
That's wild.
because when you lose bone mass,
Yeah.
or excuse me, muscle mass, your bone mass decreases. It's an inverted effect when you weight train. You build muscle, you build bone density.
Yes.
So
Yes. No, it is so important. And I like to call out things from everyday life when I'm teaching and I think my instructors do the same thing too at Allied Group Fitness. But I always remind people why we're moving. I love to be active. I love to take trips, and anywhere I go, we're usually walking 10 miles. I just came back from Cleveland. We went to see a concert there, and one of the days I had 26,000 steps, and we didn't need an Uber. It was beautiful. It was so fun. Like, my goal for all of my clients is to go on a trip and walk and not be winded. Go to your favorite concert when you're 70 and jump the whole time. That is my goal for you. Play with your grandkids. Just have fun. And I think I think we start to lose that. Everyone, I think in America is so excited about retirement. They're like, when I'm 65, I'm going to do all the things. I'm going to Alaska. I'm going on a cruise. But we don't take care of ourselves until we get there because we're working and we're raising kids and we're in all the things. And then when we finally have the time to do the things, we can't do them.
Right,
and it's
their
way
bodies are
harder.
broke down.
It's just way harder. Yeah. Or you need assistance and things are just, my goal is like, I want to be, carrying in my own groceries when I'm older so that people don't have to help me,
Right.
So the more we move, the more that's easier as we
Yes.
age,
Now let's take a moment to thank our sponsors, Pine Haven Assisted Living. At Pine Haven Assisted Living, they believe in making every resident feel at home. Nestled in the peaceful countryside of Hemlock, Michigan, they offer compassionate care in a family-like environment where residents can enjoy independence with the support they need. Registered nurse-owned and operated, their team provides personalized care, home-cooked meals, and a range of activities to ensure your loved ones continue to live a fulfilling life. They also have alpacas and llamas on site to enrich the lives of their residents. Experience the warmth and comfort of Pine Haven. Call them today at 989-295-6632. That's 989-295-6632. Or you can visit them on their website at pinehavenassistedliving.com. That's pinehavenassistedliving.com for more information. Now, back to the Level Up Life. Ability to do things when we age. It's adding quality to our years.
Absolutely.
I mean, I wish we could not have to work 4, 5, 6 days a week just to make ends meet, where people could enjoy their life a little bit more, but that's not the society we live in. So I look towards with our clients, and I discuss it with them where it's the same concept. And then when you get that feedback from someone that what we've done,
isn't it the best?
I remember one of the first clients I had, Terry Cosgrove. She went to Mexico. She got to go zip lining with her grandkids. She went snorkeling
cool.
in the ocean with them. She was, running with them in the water,
huge.
and it's just she voiced her opinion, her joy in being able to do that stuff, and that the training had brought her to a point with her health that she was able to do that stuff, and it's just like.
I know.
Yes.
I feel like that's the kind of stuff that keeps us going because, we all have hard days too. Being a human is hard sometimes. But then when you get that little glimmer of I helped with something, it just keeps me going for the next week. Love that stuff.
Yeah. Seeing people walk in the door from day one, maybe, they're nervous. And then to see them just day 4, day 5,
yes.
even. It doesn't even, sometimes it's and then it's just a permanent, even when they're done training and you see them later in life, it's just
That's so cool. Yes. It's funny. I had a new client come in the other day, and she was just kind of asking about our classes and what we're like and what we do. And I was kind of telling her a similar story that usually when people come in, they're very nervous and quiet, and I get it. I am like that too. I'm the type of person who Google Maps the parking lot of the place I'm going to go to just to be prepared, I'm always been an anxious Allie. So I get when you come in and it's new, we have lots of dance fitness classes and people will be dancing in the corner. They're in the weights and I'm like, you can come on out. But, by class 4, they're in the front row. They are shaking it. They are talking to people in the lobby. Yeah. They're getting drinks after class. They're making plans for the weekend. It's just magic.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
I mean, I think, it's that whole atmosphere and what you bring out where we've been told before. And I remember Jen had, this girl that I know, but she's intimidated to 2 younger big dudes and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh no. But then our personalities and what we look like and what we are. I remember you first training and it was actually you and Terry and Roseanne. And I'm jamming out. I had Chris Stapleton on my earbuds. And I'm bebopping around, dancing, singing, forgetting there's anybody else in the building. And I'm just in my zone, just loving life.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, he's not some just big dude who's an asshole. Like,
Right.
He's got some personality. He can't sing worth a darn, but
That is so fun.
Yes.
But yeah, you get a good song on. I don't
yeah.
sit still for very long.
No,
Music
no.
is everything.
yes, me neither. And I got mine's on shuffle.
Love.
I just had to remember to get the classic Christmas out because in July it didn't work. All of a sudden,
Little up on the housetop, just
Well,
jamming.
now it was like more of like the Nat King Cole and the Perry Como type stuff, and I'm like, man, Little Drummer Boy's just not it right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, I used to be the Metallica and Pantera and the harder stuff,
okay.
and I mean, I still have that, but
Yeah.
I don't need that.
Okay.
You know, same with I don't need pre-workout. I'm in the gym, even if
yeah.
I'm not feeling it. 5 minutes in,
Boom.
Right.
and I'm glowing, right? But then, especially if I have some good blues or soul stuff, it's. I don't know if you've ever listened to Nathaniel Rateliff.
Yes.
Oh my God, that dude is something. Like you can't listen to that guy and not want to like
agree.
move and dance. Like
It's the best.
he came on, and I don't remember what station I was listening to. And after a third different song, I'm like, who is this dude? And I was building the deck at the time, and I had to walk over, and I'm like, okay. Hit his station, because I'm like, this is just awesome.
I love
like,
it.
I felt like I was listening to the old oldie station. I'm like,
Right.
this dude is just great.
Yes.
Like, I'm miserable. It's 95 degrees out. I can't hide from the sun. There's zero breeze.
Oh.
And that dude was giving me life.
He
That's
loves
the
the heat too.
You know, I'm usually love the heat too. I always say in another life, I think I was a lizard. I always want to bake on a rock.
He's
That is
being
me.
sarcastic.
Very.
I'm not. I'm
We go
being for
back
real.
and forth where I like the heat.
Oh,
I
I
like
love it.
summer. It's my favorite season. Winter.
I'm a summer girl. Oh wow.
Oh yeah, I'd take winter all day long.
Oh, so are you like a winter sport hobbyist?
Not so much anymore.
Okay. Okay.
But I mean, I can move and make it warm.
Yeah. Well, good point. Good point. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I can only shed so many clothes and still be miserable.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point.
And free. Because if you shed too many clothes, you'd be in jail.
Well, right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, it's knowing your audience, right?
Right.
If nobody else is in the middle of the field, I mean,
Then you're good.
Yep.
Then you're
ain't
fine.
nobody coming to get me.
You know, it's funny. We take that for granted when we do classes outside. Mm-hmm. You don't realize how much you miss the air and the big fan. I'm like, can someone get the fan? We're like, we're outside.
Oh, I remember.
So different.
I remember when Brian Patrick, he owned Four Seasons.
Oh, yeah.
And the air conditioner went out for the gym. I remember walking up the stairs like dripping sweat
Oh, yeah.
because those air conditioners aren't cheap and they're not like readily available. So I think it was like a week we waited for it to get fixed. And I remember looking at the thermometer up there. It said 94.
Oh,
You remember those
Oh,
days?
yeah, I remember you'd hit on that standing calf raise. And
And
your
it'd
arms
slip
on the handles, and you'd have sweat dripping off your elbow like somebody was wringing out a towel, and it's just like pop, pop, pop.
We really
Like,
value
oh yeah.
the air conditioning.
We like our air. You absolutely agree with that.
Amen.
Yes. Yes.
amen.
So are you energy drinkers? Like, so you don't do pre-workout. What's your usual routine before you do a
Before?
session or you're teaching or training?
I'll get before is, I mean, it changes. Anymore, I become an early morning workout. So
Okay.
every day about by noon, I have a pot of coffee and a gallon of water already done.
Okay.
Yep.
Like,
But I'm glad you're also doing water. Health.
Oh, yeah.
Health. That's
That is-
beautiful.
water has been my jam forever. I mean, even back when I was a heavy drinker.
Okay.
It was water all day until I was popping tops and drinking toddies, and then it would be back to water, and now it's coffee until about 9 or 10, whatever
Love
time
it.
I get it done, and then basically just water.
Okay. Okay.
So for me, I was drinking black coffee, and then
Mm-hmm.
I started putting cappuccino in, which is not good. And so as a someone who coaches nutrition, you
Yeah.
eat if you're consuming sugar right off the bat, it's going
Right.
to spike your blood sugar. What happens when you spike your blood sugar? Insulin gets spiked. Insulin has to go grab blood sugar to lower it back down.
Yeah.
And if you're not using it, it goes and stores it, right?
Yep.
So I'm like, well, I'll switch to energy drinks.
Okay.
And they're not great for you, right? So now I'm like, I'm going to switch back to coffee. So then I try and maintain like a 10-ounce limit
Okay.
for coffee because, you know, I've went through phases where I drink, you know, I used to go to meetings and sit there and I'd drink 4 cups of coffee,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So now I'm trying to limit it a little bit, and I drink these right here. I drink 2 or 3 of these a
Nice.
day for water.
Good.
Not exactly as much as I need, but you know,
Yeah.
we're all work in progress, and
And no one is perfect.
How about you?
Honestly, I kind of go in phases. Sometimes it's nothing. Sometimes I don't do any coffee or energy drinks. Sometimes it's cold brew, and depends if I'm in a cold foam mood. Also, a lot of sugar in that. But you know what? I'm human, okay? I'm allowed a vice here and there.
Yep.
So honestly, it kind of depends. I do like the Alani energy drinks, but I don't want one like every day. You know, once in a while, especially if I'm like really tired or I got a new dog in January, so we're still working on potty
kind?
training. She's a pit mix from Humane Society.
Yes.
Shout out to Humane Society Midland. We love them.
And pit bulls.
Yes, and she's
What-
just such a
What's
lover.
the other breeds with?
She is actually like 90 something pit. We did a DNA test on
Yes.
her. So like pretty much that's it. She's such a good girl, but I still have to let her out multiple times a night. We're still getting used to the potty training routine. So sometimes when I wake up and I've had multiple let outs, I'm like, oh God, I need something.
Yeah,
I need
yeah.
something. That's where the Alanis come in. So, but like you both know, I'm up here all the time.
Right. So you gotta
So-
be really tired if you're
Right.
reaching for an energy drink.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, if I was a drug user, it would be depressants all day long. I don't need any more uppers because my whole life I am an upper and a human.
Right.
Yeah,
So
I'm
people are
more
like,
the-
you're wild. I'm like, I don't know. This is just me.
I'm more extroverted too, so I can
love it.
relate.
I love it.
I'm in for as far as me go, like my right before the workout, I haven't been doing anything. It's
Okay.
just like with what he was saying, it's just like sometimes I drag my feet the first 5, sometimes even 10 minutes, but once you get into that groove, it's like all right.
Yes.
And then I really focus on, okay, what am I doing after to
Okay.
refuel?
I love it.
So
Yeah.
I usually eat my lunch at like 9-10 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
So,
Okay. Yeah.
and I prefer as my schedule has shifted, I've kind of done like a midday fast.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
not, it's
yeah.
not a super long time, but I'll eat my breakfast in the morning, 4:30. Then I eat lunch at like 9:30, we'll say.
Yeah.
And then I don't eat again until like 6.
Okay.
6:30. And I eat a lot
Okay.
at that point.
Mm-hmm,
So I just found that breaking up my meals, and that's kind of misconception, I guess, with
Mm.
nutrition. People think you got to have breakfast, lunch, dinner all the time.
That's a good point. That's just like something we're taught
It doesn't, you
from
don't-
like kindergarten.
yeah, you don't have to, if you don't like breakfast, don't eat breakfast.
True.
If you know, the way my schedule is set up, I guess I kind of eat like 2 breakfasts and a dinner
Okay.
and skip lunch.
Yep. Yep.
But really, it's about what do I need for calories in the day? What do you need for calories in the day? If you can hit your goal in calories in one meal, perfect.
Yeah.
And even further down the road, you look at, and I went over this with clients before who would be on their calories. They'd be in a deficit Monday through Thursday, doing great.
Yeah.
And then they'd go out on the weekends, Friday, Saturday night, and they'd have drinks.
Yeah.
And then they'd be in, you know, a surplus those 2 days, which would cancel out the first 5 days of the
Absolutely.
week. So essentially they're spinning their tires wondering why I'm not losing weight. So
Right.
I look at it like that too, in terms of what's the big picture look like?
Yeah.
So
Good point. Good point. And I remember I did all those yo-yo diets, you know, all throughout college, early adulthood, you know, just wacky things that you read about on the internet. Like, I'll try that. And thinking back to that, oh my gosh, so unhealthy.
Yeah.
So unhealthy.
Everybody's different too. It's not a one size fits all.
So true.
I mean, we talked about, you know, Galloway talked me into doing the intermittent fasting, and, which now I don't consciously do it, but 4 days a week I do when I'm up at 3:30. I have zero interest on waking up and having breakfast.
Right.
So I'm doing, but I swore by for years and years the 6-7 smaller meals a day.
Okay.
I mean, swore by it. And then when I got out of the oil field, and it went from 6-7 smaller meals a day to once, maybe twice, and then everything shut down because of COVID. I mean, it really cemented the fact on how well it worked for me, because any bit of muscle I had from my lower half to my top half went right to giving me a big ass gut.
Wow.
I mean, I dropped 15 pounds in a hurry.
Wow.
And I put about 5 back on, and then I looked pretty sloppy in a hurry. And that was just the timing, because I didn't stop to eat when I was working for the next guy I was working for. And
Right.
the end of the day, a lot of times it just didn't work. It was staying at a motel 6 hours away from home and call the wife and pass out.
Oh, absolutely.
Wake up in the morning and same thing. Maybe eat lunch, maybe it was supper, but
Yeah.
that didn't work for me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a good point. I also kind of like that I think all of us fitness centers and trainers are different in Midland. Like, I love that we all have things that set us apart, things that draw different clients to us. And I always say that, like, even to my fitness community of like trainers, teachers, like, there's enough for all of us. Like, there is enough clients for us all to be successful, because we're all different.
Yeah.
You know, I have my clientele traditionally doesn't really care if they have a 6-pack and they're not entering into a competition next month. You know, they want to move to live better, you know? But we also have places in Midland who are more strength-based or more nutrition-based or more fun or more whatever, you know? So I love that we're different too. Because like, your people love you, my people love me. Maybe there'll be some crossover too.
Right.
We don't offer classes.
Right. So always an opportunity.
So there's so much different.
Yes.
When you talk about the services that are offered, and you know, we don't have yoga, we don't have spin.
Right. True. Great point. Great point.
We do dance once in a while, but
Waz teaches that.
no, these are just like PR dances, right?
I love it.
I'm like the TikTok girls with no rhythm, right? That would be me.
I would love to see video of Waz doing the dance class, just letting loose.
Oh my gosh, we would love that. Listen, we have no mirrors. It's a very low pressure environment. We turn the lights down.
How about we both do it? We'll both go in there.
It is so fun.
I did, Shelly Mowry.
Yeah.
I did her Walk 21 class.
Fun.
And I was getting into it. That was fun.
I love it.
That's a challenging class. So,
Right.
And that's where it's like, I feel like exploring the world of fitness.
Yeah.
Right? Getting out of your comfort zone develops the AMC, if you know what that is. And just like I'm starting to run a little bit, and I'm like,
Ooh, I wish I
don't
liked
like
running.
running.
I hate it so much. It looks so cool. All the medals, all the cool races. I want to do that. It doesn't bring me joy.
nope.
None.
I'm gonna try.
I love that. Try it out.
Yep,
Worst thing that
accountability,
happens, you don't
everybody.
like it. Yeah, right.
I'm gonna
Someone
run a
report back.
5K
Okay.
next summer.
Okay. You can
Hear
do
that?
it. We'll support you.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday. It was a 10K.
Yeah.
Going down.
I ran
Every
a
day it's
mile
little
yesterday,
less.
so that was something.
He was
Love
trying to
that.
calm me into it. I'm like, my foot.
I have a really good
I
idea.
can run.
Right. Yeah.
I don't like it. Put
Yeah.
cleats on. And I'll run the bases.
There you go. There you go.
I've been trying to get Waz to do lunging 5K. He's got
Walking lunges. You
Walking-
love those.
No.
I just listened to that episode the other day.
I'll do Bulgarians all day long.
See,
walking lunges where you're just walking around looking like a chicken. Like,
you
no,
do
thank
kind
you.
of. That's true. That's a
no,
good point.
thank you.
That's a good point.
I hate them.
And see, okay, I hope this doesn't offend you. Lifting is not fun for me. I mean, I'll do it. I know it's important. Strength training is so important as you age. It is like the number one thing. But I would rather dance for 3 hours than lift weights by myself for 45 minutes. I'm a cardio queen. I know it brings me joy. But the nice thing is, if I take a strength class, I have people in accountability. I need that. I have tried to do YouTubes at home. I've tried to just make my own plan. I mean, I know what plans to write. I do this, but I'll do like 3 reps and I'll be like, I did enough.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Fair. I mean, I think he nailed his getting out of the element. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many things that were similar when we work out on our own, but different. And once upon a time, we would work out together Fridays.
Oh.
And we would have what body part we were going to hit picked out. And it would be him lead a workout or I led a workout.
Love it.
And because there was enough differences where even though, we destroy our shoulders every week, it's just a different element on it. And there is things that, I mean, running has a good spot for our cardio and for our heart and everything else. I have zero interest in it, especially on a treadmill.
Oh, I know
Right?
it's the
Like,
worst.
I don't like it running out where run nature center and it's cool. Yeah, I saw some turtles and some deer and turkey, but I was still running. And it just was not fun to me. But I'll walk 8 miles with my dog. Like we will cruise, and that's my church time. I don't want to make it work. Like I don't want to run and do it.
Good point.
It's leisure.
Yeah.
It's close as on earth as I'm getting to heaven is spending that time with God, just walking in nature.
I love it. Walking in nature is a game changer for your mental health.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. 100%.
Did you know the trees release a chemical into the air that like does something?
Heard about it.
That is the coolest thing I've ever heard. Like,
Yes.
so even just like 20 minutes, which like going back to people having not horrible jobs, sometimes are horrible, but just long jobs, hard jobs that you can't get away. There is no take a 30-minute break and walk around the parking lot or eat a good lunch. Sometimes you're just grinding all day.
I know
all
a
about
therapist that does, they do city forest, they do sessions
cool.
with their
What a
clients.
great
And then,
idea.
of course, the client has to sign,
Yeah, but
like, yes, they want to
what a
do
great
that.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To be able to be out in nature, walking, and
yeah. But gosh, if even you can fit that into your day, 20 minutes after you get home, if you have 20 minutes of energy in you,
Yeah.
better than nothing.
I think sometimes, and this is for running long distances with me, I don't like it, and it's hard for me.
Yeah.
If we're talking a sprint, I'm good at it.
'Kay.
I'm pretty fast sprinting.
Yeah.
But I'm good at it. So if there was the opportunity, I'm like, yeah, I'll sprint.
Go
But when
you.
it comes long distances, I'm like,
Right.
So I avoid it because I'm not good at it. Is that why I dislike it? So I'm in a phase of my life where it's the things that are hard for me, that are really not just challenging, but the things that I'm like, oh, I don't really want to do that. I'm going to do. Those are the things I'm trying to pick
love
out,
that.
like, because that's where I'm going to grow the most mentally.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to have some pretty good results from if I start running regularly and stick with it. I'm going to have some pretty good results. And that's
point.
That's taking a little page out of David Goggins' book, if you know who he is.
Yeah,
He's a maniac. He's a psychopath, but he's like not really, but
I know what you're talking.
when you
what
talk
mean.
mental strength, he's an outlier. So
True.
I'm like, what can I do to constantly improve? And that's it. Running.
One of my favorite quotes is "Be brave enough to suck at something new," and that's exactly what you're doing. And like, it may be horrible, but it may be cool. Like,
Right.
you don't know until you do it. And I always tell people, like, if they take a class and they're like, "Oh, I don't know if that was for me," I'm always like, "Do it twice. Just see. Do everything twice. If you don't like it after that, I totally believe you. You gave it a good try. You gave it a good run."
Yeah.
And I think sometimes it's even, you need a little bit more than just twice.
Ooh.
And you got to be open-minded too.
Yes.
If you go in thinking, I don't like this, it's pretty hard.
Yeah, you're probably setting the tone for not liking it already.
But
Good point.
I mean, it varies because, the first time probably isn't going to be fun. Watching everybody else smile and having a great time, and like, I'm gonna die, like,
Right.
and then you're sore as heck the next time, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
then it's still not quite enjoyable.
True.
You kind of need to condition just a little bit to it.
Yeah.
Then you realize, oh, I'm not in a competition.
Right.
People.
True. I love that part. We're not in a competition. We're all winning.
Yeah. When whatever you train, that's gonna be what you're good at. Whatever
Right.
that's what is gonna come naturally to you. I know, I don't swing the bat as hard or do the sprinting on the bases. When I get out on the softball field, I'm like super sore. If I went and did Pilates today, I bet you I would be wrecked tomorrow.
Same muscles that we don't regularly use all
If
the
I
time.
went and did spin class,
Good point.
If Waz and I did a spin class right now, it would be pretty ugly. I'm sure.
Would not.
But I mean, imagine the same context. What do we do? It's our strength, and what we do all the time, we get good at, and then
Right. That's a good point.
I think too, a lot of when you're an instructor, you are meant like I think the misconception is like you're good at everything fitness related.
Oh my gosh, right.
And
oh
I
my
think
God, so not the case.
It's with trainers too. Like if you're a trainer, you have to be good at it all.
Right.
But that's not the case.
That's a lot of pressure. I feel like I don't think a lot of people put that pressure on me. Luckily, at least I haven't felt that. Do you feel that often when you have a new client or when they're asking you something? Maybe it depends on the day, but
yeah, sometimes.
yeah.
And I think a lot of it's still that self stuff, right? Like have it every now and again, but training some of them high school or college kids and is like doing something explosive, right? Right after I tore my foot, it's like, I want you to get in, like, I can't even get in position because of how bad the arch of my foot is.
Yes.
It's like, well, and then you get the point from there because I can't jump right now. Like, it is physically not happening for me.
Right.
Where
Exactly.
So internally, I put it on myself, like, man, I almost need to adjust their workouts.
You can't.
Because I can't
Right.
demonstrate and show them proper
Right.
way to do it. I can just do my very best to really explain it.
Yep.
True.
The verbal cues have to get way better.
Right. Right. And I mean, that's, I think, just the life of a trainer or instructor is like, okay, going back to right before we started recording this, we were talking about my love for Taylor Swift. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to bring her up. Her song, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. Like, I think about that all the time. Like, there's so many days that I've had to teach and, you have to kind of put on your exciting face and get your good energy. And sometimes I'm like crying right before because I'm just stressed or I'm burnt out or something happened. Like, but the client can't know that, because you are their mentor, you are the energy, you are there to lift them up. And I think like there's so many times that I've had to battle through that, like just get through the 45 minutes, Allie, it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
I can relate. I mean,
it's hard.
Back-to-back clients, and I was just talking with Sean about this. Like when you have what we do, when you have back-to-back clients and life happens, there's stress for everyone, and you're literally like, I'll go into the bathroom, I'm like, all right, I have 30 seconds, and I'm like,
Yep.
And
I just collect my thoughts.
Too, with the one-on-one, like you said, we're therapists. For sure are, right? We just didn't spend all the money on an education
Absolutely.
for it. But at times when you're going through it,
Yeah.
somebody else is struggling and you're talking with them and you're trying to help them through it.
Yeah.
And the world felt a little lighter. And you don't even recognize it necessarily in the moment with the stuff that you're saying. Is just like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, well.
Good point.
I said some pretty good stuff because it actually helped me a little bit.
Right.
And from the clients as well, too, when they're going through it, whether they're venting or they're saying their 2 cents. It definitely goes both ways, but it's very rewarding.
Oh,
That leads
so
like
true.
perfectly into why I was like, it's awesome what you've done with Allied Group Fitness. The atmosphere, and I haven't been there for classes. I see the pictures. I can feel what it's like there.
Yeah.
Just based on that. And that's what we do.
Oh, I love it.
It's creating community.
Yeah.
I make it a point. If you were, let's say, my 2:00,
Yeah.
you train till 2:30. Waz is my 2:30. I'm gonna be like, hey, Allie, this is Waz. This is Allie.
Love that.
Boom. So now if I'm not at the gym and you two are there
Right.
working out at the same time, it's hi,
Oh,
Allie,
I love
right?
that.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah, got a workout I'm doing. And then it creates, I've seen Jolyn and Ashley, two people that they've been acquaintances before, and now they're like best friends. They travel to Florida. They travel all
best.
over, the state of Michigan
Yes.
together. So seeing these bonds build,
Uh-huh.
and I'm sure you can relate. It's like super rewarding to create community for people, a safe place
Yes.
where they can be themselves.
Right. Absolutely. People just want to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, when you take the time to listen to what's going on in their life and to remember and check in
Yes.
about that later, it's a game changer. It's really hard being a human,
Mm-hmm.
and there's no roadmap. And none of us asked to be here. We were all just thrown into the world and, okay, go thrive and succeed.
Good luck.
And okay. And we're just trying to figure it out. We're all just trying to figure it out. And I think the more that we can be open with each other, share stuff that's going on in our lives, because, the human experience, all of our backgrounds are different, but I'm sure we have a lot of similarities.
The emotions we feel
Absolutely.
are exactly the same.
Or just even talking with different clients, and, we're talking about family things on the weekend, and one client's like, oh my God, my family is just the craziest. They're just the weirdest and the wildest. And someone else is like, same. And I'm like, I think everyone's family is like that. We all have so many things in common.
And sharing that just creates connection, deeper connection. And
I love that.
Yeah.
And yes, that is so cool. I'm so happy that we're all doing this together.
Yeah.
We're all in this together.
part of why I share so openly is I led in with authenticity. I mean, being your authentic self is your strength, right?
Yes.
If we all were like that, do you know how much more connected humanity would be?
Right.
Because then it's not like this, everyone putting a facade out.
Yeah.
This is who.
Yeah.
But that's not who is really behind the scenes.
Right.
This is who I am.
True.
You know my background. So it's
Yeah.
and
The best.
I originally, there were two people that were really influential in my early recovery that were accepting of me. Had those two people not been accepting of me, and they were two of my first clients. Shout out Terry, Roseanne.
That's so cool.
Both of them they welcomed me with open arms. They accepted me for who I was at the time and who I am today. They accepted my past. They didn't judge me. They never made me feel less than.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that gave me strength, and it gave me courage to continue to share. And then when we do that, it just creates positive ripples that go outward.
I think so too. The more we make people feel confident and seen, the more they do that outside of it too, which is just so cool.
Yes.
The world is a very heavy place, but once you start looking at all the glimmers, especially in Midland, we are so lucky to be here. When I was walking around River Days a couple weekends ago, I was just in the feels of just all of these people in our place, and just every background, every age, every shape and size, ability. We're so lucky. So if we keep creating these glimmers and focusing on the good, how can we not get better as a community? It has to.
And then that community can be the example as we go outward.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, it's big, right? Where I constantly so many of the assholes in the world. There isn't more assholes. They're just louder.
You know what? That's a great point.
The good people,
Yes.
we way outnumber.
Right.
But everybody's too busy about being kind, and they're just louder over there. And I mean, I know I need to be better at tuning them out.
So true. So true.
Good point.
Yes. Or like the let them theory, you know, like they're going to do that. Let them do that. That's okay. We're over here doing this.
Yep.
And it's all going to be fine.
Yep.
It's hard not to get caught up in the details sometimes, I think, when it's your business. Because it's our blood, sweat, and tears. And then when something happens, it's really hard to like loosen that grip of like, okay, we're on a floating rock. It's fine. It's not the end of the world.
Barreling through space.
You know, like whatever. Don't take yourself too seriously. But sometimes it is hard to do that, you know, because we've worked so hard to build the things we have now, you know?
Yes.
But they're not going anywhere.
No. Ali, thank you so much for
This was
coming
awesome.
on.
Yes.
We could talk for 5 more hours, but
I'm sure.
know,
I'm sure. Yeah.
we'll have a part 2 later.
Part 2. Book it. Josh,
Exactly.
book it.
Oh, love hanging out with you. Thank you for everything you're doing for Midland.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. Thanks to you.
Love it.
Thank you all for tuning in. Like, subscribe, please, and share with your friends.
Love it.
Peace.